Welcome everybody to another episode of Throwback Memories. Woo! I'm your host D. I'm back here once again. I talk about my past life for what I did back in those days of true life stories. So now we will be talking about 1995, a very, very messed up year. And let me tell you that right now. This is episode 5 of Throwback Memories. 1995. What a year. So let me tell you what happened back in 95. And this is the worst part. Back in May of 1995. Now, I didn't see it happen, and I don't know what really happened. But I was in school at that time. Just doing schoolwork and all that type of stuff. So when school was over with, my bus driver took everybody home, so I was the last one. So as was the bus approaching my house, that's when I saw the unthinkable. My house has been destroyed. My house was so messed up. Even my late great bus driver saw it. And she was like, "Oh no, I'm sorry, D, I'm so sorry." And when I saw that, my mouth was wide open shock. And then I explained what's going on, what happened. Everybody was in a panic mode. So that's when I'm trying to find my sister and my oldest brother. And they was in next door. So I went to the next door, I knocked on the door, just like that, and they let me in. So I talked to my brother, and I explained what is going on here. And he told me just in sad freaking tears that like the house got messed up, mom is going to kill me, mom is going to destroy me. So I'm like, bro, calm down. Things are going to be okay, man. So as I was trying to cheer him up, we are trying to get to the bottom of this and trying to figure out what really happened. So my mom and my dad came home, and they saw it too, and they were shocked. You know, even my mom was sad that the house had been fucked up. So there was lots of rumors that happened, and guess what? This kind of made me upset. Everybody, and I do mean everybody in my family, they point the finger at me. They think that I did it. Are you fucking serious? Listen, I was at school. You really think that I'm going to destroy my house? Come on, use common sense. People think. They always want to put the blame on me. But it turns out, that's where my oldest brother speak, and he said that my sister did it. So it was basically our sister that messed up the house, that literally destroyed the house. Yeah. So for what I was told and for what I was hearing, they told me that my sister, she turns on the washing the washing machine and the dryer. That's when the thing starts to act crazy, and both of those things caught on fire, and that's where everybody left. They all made it alive, except for my pet and Tuttle. My pet Tuttle died on that fire. A fast story about that. Back in 1994, my dad had found me a Tuttle. So I kept that Tuttle because they were so cute too. And it's easy to be taking care of them. But I was told that never touch them because those Tuttles are contaminated and you need to wash your hands often. Now that's what I was told back in 94. But again, the sad part is he died around 95 in the house fire. What can we do about this? Is there something that we can do about this? What can we do? So our whole family was homeless, and we over here scanning around trying to figure out where can we go. So my mom made a decision. We are going to stay in the motel. As for my dad goes, he stayed in the old house, and I remember that. And to this day, I don't know why he stayed there. I have no idea why did he stayed, and I would never even know that. So days later, my mom found a cheap motel around that time. I think it was a hotel. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was a hotel back in 95. But yeah, we stayed there just for the time being, and that's where I saw that movie for the first time. And I've been dying to see this movie. My oldest bro saw it first, then I saw it second, and that movie I'm talking about is Street Fighter. I finally saw Street Fighter for the first time at that hotel. And man, I gotta tell you, that movie is a classic movie. Now, I don't care what people say, like, oh, man, what you talking about, man? Like, that's the worst movie ever, man. Oh, that movie just trash, just garbage. To you, yeah. But to me, it's a fun movie. You know, like, I had fun. That movie is such a great time. And I was happy that I finally saw it. You know, it was a ghetto great time. So again, we went from hotels to hotels, and we stayed in a motel this time. And I finally got my own room too. Yeah, I finally got my own space. And this is the big kickoff. So as I was in my hotel room watching Married with Children, I guess they was on the new season, or wasn't the new season was coming out. There's something like that. So once I was watching that show, I heard a knock on the door. So I'm like, who is it? It was Kim. So I opened the door. So I'm like, come on in, Kim. So me and Kim talked, and then we ate, watching shows, and it was a very good time. All of a sudden, me and her got freaky with it. Yeah, we got freaky. So we had sex in the bed, and we had sex in the bathroom. Yes, we done it about everything well. And this was back in 95 when I was only 14 years old and she was 15 around that time. It was pretty wild though. Pretty crazy. So then, like months later, my mom she finally found a place to stay for the time being. A house. But the house was rented. And I can remember that street very well. South Church. I don't remember the number, but I remember the street. So we stayed there around summer of 1995. That house was gorgeous. Look, that house was so amazing. And we just lived off a very great life. Only for the time being though. So that's when Blockbuster, who remember that? They have announced it a video game contest. So I'm like, okay, let me enter this. And you have to play Donkey Kong Country for I think 60 seconds, if I'm right. Yeah, like 60 seconds. So I grabbed Donkey Kong Country and just practice and see can I get the most bananas and get the most highest score. So once I entered that contest, I was at it. I was straight going at it. Just grabbing everything as possible. And it was a lot of fun. But then I was in 10th place. Number 10. They put my name number 10. I'm like, what? And somebody was number 1, man. I'm like, oh no. I'm at number 10. Oh no. It was pretty crazy. But I gotta tell you, and let me tell y'all people about something. 95 was a really hot year. 95 was super hot. If I can remember right, 110 degrees back in 95. I think it was 100. Is it 115 degrees? It's something like that. But it was super hot though. It was hot as hell. Ooh wee. And let me tell you something. 95 was also the most violent year of that year. There was violence everywhere. So much shootings and fucking killings on the south side back in 1995. Just like today. Things never even change. But yeah though, it was crazy hot. We had to get out of the house and go into a swimming pool. Back in those days, man, like it was a lot of crazy, stupid, dead fresh fun just to get cooled off. But it was still scorching hot back in 95. And it was the most violent year too. We all had to win away. But I still went to school though at my temp house. Only for the time being though. And I remember those shows. I stand corrected. It was WMAC Masters. Now, who remember that show? Who remember that great show? The show was so cheesy at its finest. But the one good thing about it, the fight scenes was fucking phenomenal. It was great. And was hosted by Shannon Lee. Yeah, y'all people didn't even know that. Shannon Lee hosted that show back in '95. Oh man, that show was so much fun to watch. I hope they come out with the whole series on DVD. I hope so. I hoping. So if you are watching this video, please come out with that show on DVD. That show was fun as hell though, man. Now who remember Superhuman Samurai, Cyber Squad? Yeah, now who remember that show? Or who remember We Are VR Troopers? Now who remember that show, y'all? Who remember those good old days, man? Or who remember this show? Tattoo Teenage. The Tattoo Teenage Alien Fighters from Beverly Hills. Now who remember that show, y'all? Like, oh my god, man, like there's so much shows from 94 through 95. Like those were the great days of great shows back in those days, man. Like, oh my god. See, now you see why that this is a throwback memory, because those were the good old days of great shows that's coming out on that year. It was freaking crazy back in those days, you know. Beginning to 1995 though, I saw the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie for the first time on June 30th of 1995. Oh yes, me and my bro saw that movie, and I gotta tell you, that movie was really good. It was a lot of fun though, man. Like, it just, that takes me back to those days, you know. Oh man. But you know what else happened around 95 is I also remember this, and I gotta tell you about this one. When me and Kim went to the store to buy food, there was this older lady that was walking there, and then guess what she calls me? Steve Urkel. She said that directly that I look just like Steve Urkel. Janelle White, the guy that plays Steve Urkel on Family Matters, she said that I look just like him. That's funny as hell. That's real funny. But here's something else that's happened. This is crazy. Since we talk about on the subject of 1995, me and my ex, Kim, we went to Fort City Mall to basically browse around and to search for some things. So as we left there, we went to Subway, you know, like just to get something to eat. So we sat down and then we ate and then we talked. Out of nowhere, there was this homeless man. Well, he looks homeless. He basically approached us and he said to us, "Hey man, I got these rings, necklace that says Nike. I'll give it to you for $20. And then I'm like, oh no, not these people again. That's what I said. And I even face palmed it like, oh no, oh God. And then I told Kim, what are you gonna do? And then that dude kept talking to us, and then he said, oh, come on, man. Now I know that you got something. So I'm like, what can I do? And there was a cop right there ordering food. But we was teenagers at that time, and we didn't know what can we do. What the hell can we do around that part? You know what I'm saying? What can we do? So I'm like, fine. So I reach out my wallet, grab the 20 bucks, then I give it straight to him so he can leave us the hell alone. So I brought that Nike gold necklace. And she brought a ring, a $20 ring. For the back of my mind, see, I should have think about this. Oh my God. If I can go back in time and just say to myself, there's a cop right there, talk to that cop and tell him, this man harassing us. Oh my God. But we came home and I explained it to my mom that this guy won't even leave us alone, and he keep constantly talking to us about buy this and buy that. And that's where her friend was just telling her, do you realize that those are stolen goods, right? So for the back of my mind, we didn't know that this homeless man stole that shit. I mean, duh, yes, he did. But back then, we didn't even know that. So who got the butt whooping? It was Kim, not me, because I explained to my mom that I didn't want this. I gave him this money so he can leave us alone. Like we just want this man to go away, because me and her was eating food, and then that's why he approached us straight out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, ugh. But yeah. But I digress though. And then just like I told you earlier ago, that same year, I brought Streets of Rage 3, which you already know. Go back and watch that other video while I talked about that. But anyway, getting back to the whole thing. Of 1995, in August the 18th of 1995, I saw Mortal Kombat. Yes, Mortal Kombat. I saw it at the show with my oldest bro, and let me tell you, that's the best game movie ever. That movie was so good. Yes, I know it's PG-13, yes, I know, but still, it walked. It fucking walked well. As for the sequel, let's not talk about that. But anyway, that was really a freaking good movie. Those people, the audience went fucking nuts over Liu Kang's bicycle kick. The people went fucking crazy. Oh my goodness, man. Oh man, that movie is such a classic movie. You know what I'm saying? Well, so from that point on, and just like I was saying about that house, me and Kim, we had sex for the very last time, and it was 95. We done it everywhere around that house. It was bananas back in the days. We done it everywhere, and that was the last and final time, and I'll tell you that later. Well, so what else happened was that our old house, they finally fixed it. Lucky for my parents, they have this insurance on their house, and that's a great thing. A very good thing about that. So then, we finally moved back around October of 1995. We finally moved back in our house. And it was really good to be back. But the house was completely different. This time upstairs, the rooms are separate. My oldest bro, he got his own room, and I finally got my own room. And so did my other oldest bro also. So our lives wasn't completely separate. And that's a good thing. You see, back when the house was not destroyed, me and my bro, we always have to share a room. And he wasn't happy with that. He wasn't too happy of sharing a freaking room, you know. He wasn't too happy about it though. No. Just wasn't too happy. Not happy at all. So it's a good thing that we all have separate space and separate rooms. That was awesome. And just like I was saying, in December of 1995, the Chicago Bulls celebration party, which I already talked about it. Go back and watch my old video. Now then, so 95 has come into a close. We're going to talk about 96, which is not much. But the only thing I can remember, Kim, she was leaving. And she left around 96, and that was very, very sad that she left. It was devastated that she's gone. Yeah, she left. I think she went to Houston, Texas, or she went to Georgia, or she went to California. I don't know where she went, but I just haven't heard from her in so many years, and it's really nuts. It's crazy. But not much happened around 96, like nothing excitement happened. I mean, with the exception, my late uncle, he took me to the movies and we saw Bordello of Blood. Oh yeah, a classic. And we heard the sad news that Tupac passed away in 96. That was really sad, and it's devastated the whole rap music industry. It was really, really nuts. But there's not much says about 96, and nothing didn't happen really nuts. But that's about it for Throwback Memories. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to check out another episode of Throwback Memories. So holla at your boy. Peace.